How it's going to move forward towards the future.
We came out here because analytically we broke the software because we streamed 1 million streams in 3 days of Wyclef Goes Back to School, with 90% of the students on the project being college students. And nobody thought that that was going to happen, right? So how did we do this? I went throughout the country. So Wyclef Goes Back to School is a new curation of a playlist from the mind of the producer. So when you go there, you're not getting the AI. I produce this stuff. So if I'm like, I think this girl's the next Adele, you're going to give it at least one listen. So when we was lobbying with all these kids yesterday, and they all went and downloaded Wyclef Goes Back to School. So now, what platform, as we move towards the future, that they're gonna feel and trust that they can put their music on, and trust that this platform will make sure they get paid right?
Goes back to that integrity word.
That's right. Yeah. So we're here, and just so you know, so what's behind the mirror is the same way when Jimmy Iovine was his whole game was to build the streaming service for Apple, right. But everybody thought motherfuckers was trying to sell headphones, right? So we're here for the same reason. So at the end of the day, people are gonna want a music, protection of music is gonna happen. But when you have like 2 different people, what does a kid trust to put their music on a platform knowing that they're gonna get paid? So I feel that there's parts that, like the women distributors, there's part that they have, right? Because the next round will be to get to a bigger IP, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then, so I'm heavily part of that. But my interest with you, when I saw your text, I was like, yo, okay, if this dude really is deep into blockchain, it would at least be worth like getting you in the same room, just so you could, because at the end of the day, if the wheel ain't broken, don't reinvent it. Right. So the core of it is credibility, discovery of music, and how do artists' music get protected? How do they own their shit? And at the same time, how do they get paid for their shit?
Yeah.
So that's really where it's at. So that's really my interest as we move towards the future, is building 3 or 4 dashboards that are basically competitive to the future of the music industry. Why is it not a streaming service? Because that's not what I do. I actually create what goes on the streaming services. Yes. So you're a creator of what goes on this creator. So why am I not creating a platform for all creators that they could dig in and create something that goes in the streaming services, right? But protects their interest, right? By the time it's going on the stream services, they know it's their money. Brilliant. The powers in
Brilliant.
So that's sort of like where we going at with the future. It's almost like, okay, radio. Think about it. What's really the power of radio, right? Mm-hmm. When you really think about it, because everyone has their own radio now, and everyone has their own television station.
Right.
In the palm of their hands, everyone are more interested in podcasts. So now podcast is radio.
Yes.
So
it's one of the things, the last thing I want to talk to you about.
It's radio. So at the end of the day, when we talk about Old Town Road, that's playing on an urban station, why do they have to play that? Because they are not masters of themselves.
Right.
Y'all got to follow a format. And what's the format y'all following? Data and analytics that's created by the AI.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So I love this conversation.
They took the music, put it in the technology, bundled the music. The music has lesser value. The technology got more value. And that's what they're selling. And you've mastered the whole thing. You've mastered the whole process. Yeah. A platform for all the creators. So the last 2 things, this blockchain and music is one. Really what I look at is you being the face of empowerment. We're saying the same thing in a different way. I'm looking at saying, Wyclef, join me in creating smart artists. You're already doing that in a capacity. Now, as I'm talking to you, I'm like, oh, he actually has the whole damn thing. The phrase is smart artists. We can't be the Sam Cooks anymore, because on the new page of it, be the owners And that's what blockchain is doing. And in this day and age, we need to, when I said a smart artist is one who's leveraging technology to connect further with fans and also to monetize. On the Black hand side, that's what we have. That's what we
Big
need.
time, big time. So I love this conversation. Love your mind. So I love to continue.